Okay, so let's try and unpack this. The 5 M's of Tantra.
Right.
When you hear that phrase, well, maybe you think, I don't know, indulgence, controversy, something a bit sensationalized.
Yeah, and if you do, you're hitting on some of the most, well, misunderstood parts of the tradition.
Yeah.
The Panchamakara, technically.
But it seems like those popular ideas are pretty distorted, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've got centuries of filters layered on top. Colonial views, certainly. Commercialization more recently, even some religious orthodoxy. It's all created this massive disconnect.
Between the actual practice and what people think it is.
Exactly. The popular idea is often like miles away from the traditional reality.
Okay. So for this deep dive, we're aiming to maybe cut through some of that. We're looking at material from Dr. Deepak Sabeti.
That's right. He's got, 22 years of traditional practice, often in really intense settings like cremation grounds.
Wow. And he has a book coming out, Veils of Fire.
Yes, and it sounds like he's really trying to bridge these complex, often hidden traditions with a more modern understanding. He's positioned as a real expert here.
So our goal then is to understand the authentic purpose behind these practices, using his insights.
Right. Not as just, breaking rules for the sake of it, but as, well, the source presents them as sophisticated spiritual technology.
Technology for transformation. How understanding this view, Dr. Subi's view, could actually be relevant for your own journey.
Exactly. It's about relevance today.
It really sounds like the source is pushing us to look past the sort of scandalous reputation and understand the underlying functions. So what is that core purpose, according to the source? What are the Panchamakara really for?
Well, okay, if we manage to get past all the noise, the source really highlights one primary function, challenging our basic dualities, good, bad, pure, impure.
Right. Unlike pacts that say avoid worldly things.
Exactly. This tantric approach, now, within very specific sacred contexts, says maybe engage with them directly.
Engage.
The idea is that the power comes from transmuting the energy involved, not just suppressing it or running away from it.
So taking the energy that's all tied up in our reactions, our judgments.
Precisely. Like the source mentions the Kularnava Tantra, doesn't it? That quote.
Oh, yeah. By the same acts that cause some men to burn in hell, the yogi gains eternal salvation. Something like that.
That's the one. It suggests it's not the literal substance or act itself, but the consciousness, the intention, the whole energetic process behind it.
Okay, so the source explains that things like, the 5 M's, meat, fish, wine, parched grain, and ritual intercourse.
Maithuna, yeah. Often needing years of preparation, that one.
Right. Our strong feelings about these things, attachment, aversion, they bind up huge amounts of energy.
A massive amount. And the idea is working directly with these under restricted guidance, of course, aims to unlock or release that bound energy.
Like converting dam pressure into electricity, that analogy.
Yes, something like that. Freeing it up, making it available for, spiritual growth.
Okay, that makes sense. Freeing up energy. Does the source also talk about it being like a pattern interrupt, deliberately shaking things up?
Absolutely. Think about our normal ways of seeing the world. Our habits, our automatic judgments, good, bad, pure, impure. They're like deep grooves in our minds. These practices, the source suggests, are designed to kind of suspend those habits, temporarily halt those automatic filters.
Creating moments where you can see reality more directly, without the usual concept.
Exactly, without the filters that usually, bind us to a certain way of seeing.
And that suspension, that's where you might see your own conditioning really clearly.
Right. Engaging with these things, even just contemplating them seriously, can really trigger our conditioned responses.
It shows us where maybe our spiritual identity is just another kind of ego structure, a subtle one.
Yeah, like a preference for just feeling comfortable or pure, rather than seeking maybe a deeper truth. It raises that crucial question, which Dr. Sabeti's work seems to really tackle. How much of our spiritual seeking is genuinely about transformation, and how much is just, reinforcing a particular self-image, a spiritual one?
And the 5 M's, in their proper context, challenge that head on.
That's how they're presented, yes, head on.
So, okay, bringing it back to today, what does this mean for you listening now if, engaging with the literal substances or practices isn't possible or maybe not appropriate?
Well, the source seems to strongly emphasize that the real wisdom is in the function.
Right. Transcending duality, transmuting energy.
Interrupting patterns, testing our conditioning. That core function is maybe more important than sticking rigidly to the literal form.
And Dr. Sabati's book, Veils of Fire, sounds like it provides that vital context.
It appears to, yes.
Yeah.
Detailing the ethical side, the intense preparation needed, like we said, years, sometimes before Maithuna, the absolute necessity of proper guidance.
Experienced teachers.
Crucial. And focusing on how to integrate any insights back into daily life. It seems like his work is trying to offer access to these principles in a way that's safe and relevant now.
So, understanding this perspective, based on these insights, it isn't just like academic curiosity.
No, not at all.
It suggests a pretty radical shift in how you might think about your own growth. What actually leads to transformation in your life?
Precisely. It suggests perhaps that real growth often means confronting the things that make us uncomfortable, challenging our deepest beliefs about what's allowed or forbidden spiritually.
Okay, so a final thought to leave you with, drawing from this deep dive. If transformation often involves engaging with uncomfortable truths, what areas in your own life, or maybe just your perceptions, the things you automatically label off limits, problematic, unspiritual, what if those areas actually hold a key?
Yeah, a key to some unexpected growth. Think about that potential energy just sitting there, maybe waiting to be understood or even transmuted.